What's good? Happy New Year, everyone. I am going live. Typically, I go live on Instagram, but I want to focus more on going live on YouTube, mainly to keep up the content for the podcast, which I haven't been doing lately because I've been going live on YouTube, on Instagram. So, what I am going to do, hopefully, over the next few days and weeks, is start bringing some of those lives that I was doing on Instagram over here to YouTube, but focusing, of course, on the sync licensing and trailer music journey. I posted, I don't know if you can hear me, there's a plane flying overhead, but overhead. Yesterday I posted a end of year recap for 2023, and it was a sort of trailer video. I might post it, I don't know if I posted it here on YouTube. I should post it on YouTube too. But it was a clip, a 1 minute clip sharing some highlights of 2023, which included, of course, composing music for Disneyland theme park, uh, working with 50 new collaborators, 20 of which were signed to new libraries, working on 18 new albums for sync and trailer libraries that were released. And of course, placements. I don't really talk about placements. I didn't even have that in the recap, but I did get several placements on Catfish, some placements on Smithsonian. Uh, so just focusing on the sync and trailer journey. And of course, to end the year, I created over 30 trailerizations and over 50 trailer tracks for the year, which is a lot. I also created about 500 new tracks that didn't exist at the beginning of last year, which is also a lot. I do not, I'll repeat, I don't anticipate making that many this year, but you never know. But that averages out to about 1.5 tracks per day, 1 to 2 tracks per day. Um, of course, I don't. My goal is to create music every day. Last year, sometimes if we were traveling on vacation, I might not have created music, but then there were days where, for example, I would create a whole album of 10 tracks in a day. So I have days where I don't create anything, and then there's some days where I just lock in and create, 5, 10 tracks, and yeah, just lock in. Even up until yesterday, the goal was for New Year's Eve to create a trailer track. And I don't know if I can see the comments. I'm walking the dog too. So if you want to drop a comment, let me know. Maybe I'll see it pop up. But the goal yesterday, it was about 8 o'clock. My goal was to create a trailer track before the new year, before the ball drop, before, I had to go downstairs and, bring in the new year with the family. So about 8:15, I started a new trailer track and I was done with it by 9:30. And but I talked about it this morning on Instagram. But like I said, I'm going to go live here on YouTube more often. But one of the things that I realized yesterday is how fast now, with all the knowledge and experience and the sounds, of course, and the productivity I can do within Logic Pro, how fast I can create a trailer track, um, to a certain level that I would submit to a trailer. And the fastest before that was about 2 hours, and yesterday I got it down to an hour and 15 minutes, maybe let's say an hour and a half. Um, and so yeah, within an hour and a half, I can get to a decent spot with a new trailer track. So I know that when I'm getting those briefs for trailer opportunities, if I'm not at work, if I have time to create something custom or new for it, and if I have, the ability to do it, I can lock in and do it within, let's say, 2 hours or so. If I have like a 2 hour deadline, I know I can do that. And I have done, like I said, I have done those deadlines before. But the better option for me is to build a catalog, and sometimes the catalog is built from those briefs. For example, I'm working on a big trailer for a big franchise that's owned by a big company. And I got the brief a couple of days ago, might have been even Friday, and they had one specific song they wanted trailerized, and I worked with that, and then they sent a list of 3 other songs to trailerize, and um, I chose one of those, and I trailerized that today. So that would take a little longer because I wanted to focus and get it locked in. And of course, I was getting distracted by like New Year's and all that. Um, but my phone is shaky because I'm trying to walk the dog. I'm trying to clean up his mess right here. But uh, yeah, so that is the vibe. The goal, I have some goals this year. I outlined some, like I said, when I was live on Instagram. But um, my ultimate goal in life is to, how do I say this? The goal for me in life, I have 2 goals, is to do what I believe God has put me here to do, and to serve who I am put here to serve. So, what do I believe I'm put here to do? I do work corporate in the AV IT space, um, and I've been doing that forever. I don't believe I was put here to do that, but that's paying the bills for now, and I am good at that. But um, I believe I was put here to create music into to for trailers for sync, for whatever projects that come my way that I am capable of making music for. And the people that I'm here to serve are, clients, music supervisors, sync libraries, trailer libraries, film directors, sync agents, collaborators, musicians, and then also people interested in the public speaking space. I've put people on stages over the last year, at AES, at NAM, talking to South by Southwest. And not everyone appreciates those opportunities that I bring, but I will continue to do so starting with NAM this year. I am organizing 6 panels, hosting 3 of them on sync licensing, and each panel will have about 4 or 5 people. So bringing all those people up on stage, some familiar faces from last year, and a lot of new faces that you haven't seen um, on a panel before, and then a lot of new faces that haven't been on the NAM stage. Some of them you might have seen at other conferences and things, but yeah, so that's going to be exciting end of this month. Before that, I will be speaking at a virtual conference called Sync Music Success. And once I post this video, I will include the information below for that conference. It'll be fully virtual, and if you act this week, it's going to be 10 hours of panels, 2 days back to back, 5 hours each. There'll be a panel on like trailers, a panel on advertising campaigns, a panel on different genres of music, a panel on the legal side of sync and things like that. And I will drop all that information. If you act this week, you can get access to that conference for I think $75, which is really good for 10 hours of content compared to some of the conferences and things and prices that I've seen people pay and charge. So yeah, this will be a great way, an accessible way to learn about sync licensing as we enter 2024. And that will be on January 20th and the 21st. So definitely check that out. And if you can get it this week, like I said, I'll post the information for that in the description, along with a bunch of other links. What I didn't mention at the beginning of this, because this is a podcast episode, is this podcast has been sponsored by ASTS. So thank them for being a sponsor of this podcast. Check out ASTS. There will be a link in the description for their products also. They have some great products for music creators. I actually was using some of their stuff on a horror trailer track that I created, the one that I created in an hour and a half, because the sounds were already, mixed to industry quality, and I just had to adjust them how I would have adjusted them, how I adjust them for trailer stuff. Um, yeah, so that is the journey that our dog's going crazy. Hopefully, everyone had a great holiday season. We're starting this year off right. Like I said, I do work full time in the corporate space, so balancing working full time while chasing these opportunities in the music space, and hopefully being able to make that transition whenever, hopefully within the next few years, to music full time and focusing full time on the sync and trailer space and the public speaking and event organizing and panel organizing and all of that, which is sort of the brand that I am creating and falling into. And yeah, I'm enjoying all these opportunities. And I mentioned on the recap, 2023 recap, that none of this would be possible without the support of my family, especially my wife, our kids, who allow me to be locked in the studio all day, or sometimes, like recently, even though over the holidays, I was just in my bed, like never got out of bed, only to get like some food and then come back to bed and making beats in the bed. I have a little keyboard, IK Multimedia, iRig Keys IO keyboard that I can use in the bed. It's portable. I am looking for something a little bit even more portable for when I travel to like NAM and things. So I'm working on some deals for that to see. That's the other thing. Brand sponsorships. I don't have a million followers and things, but been actively pursuing sponsorships and opportunities in the music space. So stay tuned for all of that, because you don't have to have a million followers to work out and get opportunities. I will have a networking webinar out. I've been talking about this for the last couple of days on Instagram, but I will have a networking webinar out this week. I did a webinar a couple weeks ago. I recorded it. And those who attended, I sent them the replay, but I got to put the replay up on my site so that those who are interested can watch the replay. I go into actual scripts that I send out for LinkedIn and social media messages, things I post to network with people, to build those relationships. And of course, I talk about the NAM panel and how that has opened up some opportunities towards the end of last year and of course this year. So stay tuned for that networking webinar that I have to get out this week. People have been asking for a trailer music webinar and sample pack creation webinar workshop. So I plan on doing both of those soon. So stay tuned for details on that. I'm about to be almost back at the house. I'm trying to see if I can see. I don't see any chats here. And when I go live, I usually go live while driving. So if I can figure out, because I would love to from my phone. I know I've been testing out some different features right now. I can go live from Logic onto Instagram and share my sessions and things. Um, I would love to be able to figure out how to go live on Instagram and YouTube at the same time because a lot of times I don't keep the content up on Instagram. I just go live and then the videos are usually too long for my Instagram engagement, like 2 hours, 3 hours. So Instagram likes the short 1 minute or less videos. So once I figured that out, I know I can use. I do have Restream and things like that, so I know I can use that. But try to do it from my mobile device because usually I go live while walking the dog or driving the car. And the platform I used to use when I used to play in church, I think they're charging now. It used to be free, and that would allow me to tie into Restream, and then I could go live to different places at once. So testing all this technology out. But Instagram has, I think it's fully out for everyone now. I don't think I'm a special beta test or anything, but Instagram has released a feature where if you would like to go live from your desktop computer on Instagram, you can share your desktop computer on Instagram and go live directly from the Instagram site. If you have some streaming software on your desktop. So yeah, a lot of great things happening this year. I also might uh, show how I'm doing some productivity things with apps like Canva. I do use Canva to create flyers, and I basically have like one picture that I use, and all I do is use the Canva AI to change like the color of my shirt. So I might show some of those insights, maybe using some of the NAM uh, logos and things, and how I would go about creating a flyer for NAM using the Canva AI. The features are insane. I was literally over the holidays, I was watching all these videos on the new AI features of Canva, and I'm like, I didn't even know it did all this. So looking forward to sharing that with people. Yeah, that's the journey. I think AI this year is going to be insane. It was insane last year the way it just blew up. I do use AI mastering and Logic. Sometimes I use this Logic stock mastering. Other times I use Ozone. I usually use Ozone, typically, especially on the trailer stuff. But if I'm doing like a quick instrumental, the Logic AI mastering usually gets the job done. So all right, I'm about to be back at the house. It's raining slash maybe sleeting. um, it's drizzling out here. It's cold out here. Like I said, back to work tomorrow. I do work full time, but slowly on the journey to making music full time. So thank you, those who are following and supporting. Thank you to those who are hating and not supporting because that just gives me encouragement to go even further. I will post the video also of the recap. If I didn't post it here on YouTube, I need to post it here on YouTube. And yeah, so focusing on all the things this year. Be safe and be well. Happy New Year, everyone, and have a good night. Peace.